cover today is the proper execution of a Turkish Get Up. So I'm going to go through and do a Turkish Get Up from start to finish, and then we'll go back through and we'll break down each individual portion of the Turkish Get Up and how to put it all together and make it work. All right. So first, when you're starting out, select a weight that's fairly light for you, or if you want, you can start with no weight at all and just go through a couple times to get the movements down, and then begin to add weight from there. All right. So let me show you what a Turkish Get Up looks like. Lying down. Right, so that's with full Turkish Get Up from start to finish. Okay. Now let's go through and break down the individual pieces. All right. So I'm going to go on the other side now. You're going to start out lying down with your arm extended directly over your shoulder at all times. The knee on the side of you're holding the bell is bent and your foot is flat on the ground. Now the foot that's flat on the ground here is never going to move throughout the entire exercise. You're going to start out with your hand about 45 degrees from your body. Arms are stiff, and you're going to engage your abdominals and roll up onto your elbow to start. Okay? This is the first position. All right, once you're in this position and your arm is steady with the weight, you're going to press yourself up to your hand. All right? Positioning the hand approximately where your elbow was. Again, keeping this weight directly over your shoulder at all times. So I'm going to keep my eye on the bell as I go up. From here, I'm going to press and lift my butt off the ground high enough so that I can swing my knee underneath and plant it directly under my center of gravity. So I keep this foot on the ground, I keep this hand on the ground, I press and lift my hips up to extension so that I can bring this knee underneath, plant it firm underneath my hip. From there, I'm going to just lift my hand off the ground, turning my body forward, and I'm going to take this back foot and I'm going to turn it in. From there, I'm still keeping an eye on my bell directly over my shoulder. I'm going to press and stand up. All right? Now, from here, I'm just going to reverse the motion. So I'm going to step back. I'm going to kneel down, right, gently, turning my foot to the side so that I can plant my hand on the ground, nice and flat. From here, I want to lift my leg off the ground and extend my foot out, placing my butt down gently on the ground. Now this is all done keeping that weight directly over my shoulder, all right? Go back to my elbow and back down all the way to the ground, okay? That's one Turkish Get Up right there. Now key components, again, I want to really emphasize the fact that that shoulder has to be stable, all right? So as you're coming up, you don't want that shoulder moving around. You want to keep your eye on the weight, stay underneath it, so that the shoulder's not really working, it's just stabilizing. All right, so that was the Turkish Get Up. Make sure you take it piece by piece when you're starting out, starting with a light enough weight that you can control, and then building from there. All right? The goal is control, movement, nice and steady. All right? You can't power through Turkish Get Ups, you can't rush through Turkish Get Ups. It's all about balance and body control. So make sure to take them slow and steady, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me.